Alright, so as I promised, I got the Sony Zeiss 55mm f1.8 and it is pretty sharp. The 28mm f2 is quite sharp. I've really enjoyed using it. It's a nice wide lens, pretty open, still getting good depth of field, but this Zeiss is pretty fantastic. I've enjoyed taking some photos with it. I'm actually taking some shooting a wedding this weekend, and I'll be honest, this might be moving to my right hand side, which is my primary camera. So I'm really enjoying that. But one thing that I did get at the same time as this lens, let's see. So this is a little bit tighter because I got this Tough mount from Fotodiox. That is a brass mount replacement, so this one is what was replaced. Now on the A7 Mark II, it is one solid piece, whereas the A7 Mark I, it is a mount about half this thickness, a little more than half, and a plastic backing. So this mount here is really for the, it's really important on the A7, not as important on the A7 Mark II, but the first thing when I put it on is getting the lens on there. It is quite a bit tighter. So normally if you shake your camera, it kind of feels, you can feel a little bit of slop on most lenses, but this one, it is really tight. There's no movement, no wiggle in it. So I'm really impressed by that. It was only $50, so definitely a good buy for any of the A7 line. Honestly, it would fit any E-mount. They say it would fit any E-mount. So really, really good idea if you are taking lenses on and off, or if you kind of end up kind of bouncing your camera around a bit, or you have a mount like a Black Rapid or a Hold Fast Gear Moneymaker. I use the Moneymaker. I've got a couple Black Rapids. I don't know, maybe I'll do a video on that because I really like it. There's some things I like about it, some things I don't, but I can talk about that later. But as far as this lens goes, I am really, really super impressed. The cool thing about it is it has this concave front element, which you don't really see in a lot of other, I can't think of any lens off the top of my head that has that concave. Almost all of them that I've seen are convex, so they bubble out. This one bubbles in, and it's a little bit smaller than most 50mm front elements that you'd normally see. So it's some really interesting optics, and like I said in the previous video, it is 1.8mm, or sorry, f1.8, but it's actually getting a t-stop of 1.8 as well. So almost all the light that comes in the front is coming out the back. You're getting a very, very accurate f-stop measurement. So just really, really impressed by this. And still loving this platform of the E-mount. I might be buying another body of the A7 Mark II. Who knows, maybe soon. Perhaps when the 85mm comes out for the Batis, because I'm still using my Nikon D610 with the 85 1.8 a lot of the time. That is one of my primary lenses, but with how sharp and nice this lens is, it might be moving up. Another thing I wanted to talk about real quickly is I also got some extended batteries. So I'm a little wary of extended, like, off-brand batteries. This is a I don't even know the brand. It's just says battery pack, but it is 2300 milliamp. If you look at the standard, it is 1020. So this is 2300 milliamp. And all the reviews, most of the reviews are really good, and they say, you know, it just doesn't quit after taking a few hundred photos. So another thing I'm going to try, like I said, a little wary of off-brand batteries, because sometimes they do have a tendency to expand if their charge gets wonky. So personally, I would only put them in a grip, not in the camera itself, because if it does expand and it's in your camera, off-brand battery is going to void your warranty, and I would rather it void the warranty on a relatively inexpensive grip than a relatively expensive camera. So take that into consideration. Again, the grip is very important because it holds a lot of battery, a lot of charge. So with two of those 2300 milliamp batteries, this ends up being 4600 milliamps in here rather than 2040. So that, I hope, is going to last me all day shooting a wedding on Saturday. So all that is great stuff to consider. So I've got the Fotodiox mount, great buy. The 50mm 1.8, 55mm 1.8 Zeiss, really great buy. I managed to find it for $750 on Amazon. It didn't come with a box. I'm kind of a stickler for my boxes, but yeah, I might buy a box if I can find one. But yeah, this great lens, great platform. I might be buying a few more of these E-mount cameras. So yeah, great stuff.